my name is Janusz, and I would like to respond for some comment on last movie. So the movie was about manual loop closure tool, and the my question is, you choose a point of PI of points. What is the rule of choosing a source and these points? Is to choose a point with a smaller number for staying still and bigger number, destination to the line point a smaller number. But in your lessons, notice that you sometimes choosing later standpoint as source. Could you explain this, please? So I will create another movie with some more explanation. So this is my system, and I will show you some strategy around choosing edges. So we change color first, and we change colors. Okay, so what we have the system, and we change the manual loop closure. So what you can see here, we have some misalignment here, very big misalignment. So let's find some easy cases. So for example, this one, I can see some simple cases here. So it is not so far. We can see that it is around 100 nodes. So 100, it is roughly 5 meters between each node. So if you have the distance, let's say the difference 100, it means 500 meters. So the error should be around 1%. So 500 meters, it is 5 meters. And what you can see here, it is around that. So it is quite easy case. So we add edge. And we try to align this edge using Gizmo, and afterwards we can use ICP. So I am using ICP to align, and then we can back and we can set initial points and complete PostgreSQL. Okay, we can find another easy case like this. So the strategy is to find easy cases in the first, let's say, step. So I am adding edge and optimizing this with ICP. Okay, it's optimized, so I can compute PostgreSQL. So we can zoom out, and another, let's say, interesting part can be here. So you can see that we have quite large distance, 200. So the error is around 10 meters, but it's not so big deal. So we use Gizmo. So you can see the strategy is that I just simply find certain candidates starting from easy cases, and I'm trying to optimize them. Okay, so I am calculating ICP. And then compute PostgreSQL. Okay, so I have here. Let's focus on more sophisticated one. So maybe we start here. So it's not so sophisticated. It's easy case again. So let's change colors. Point plot random segments. It's very easy. So we can just simply add edge, and we can calculate it without Gizmo. So you can see the strategy is not so sophisticated, but the question is, because we are working on AI now, so how computer can choose these edges automatically? It is open question still. We will see how to teach machine for this. Okay, so another easy case. you can see that easy case is like below 1 meter error because it is like less than 100 meters. So let's add edge and let's calculate with half meter radius. Okay. And then we calculate Postgraph slam. Okay, let's talk about more difficult questions. So we have very large error here. So to minimize such error, we have to find some easy cases around. So for example, we can find, let's say, this one and this one. Okay, so it is easy case. So let's add edge. So the strategy is, you have to think that way. Once you have very long passage, then small rotation can cause very much the error in a large distance. So you have to keep in mind to find such origin of the problem. I will show you once I finish this edge. So what I was trying to tell you is that once we have error on the left side, we have to find how to optimize edges that can cause this large error. So let's find some easy cases, and I suggest that we can optimize small errors. So if you choose a certain subset of edges, then you can think that you should sort them from the smallest error, and you have to optimize them from the smallest one. Oh, here I found some nice opportunity. So you can see that I'm going sometimes even randomly. If I find some nice spot on the intersection, then I just add edge. That's all what I am trying to tell you, is that each intersection supposed to be very well each intersection should consist edge. Okay, so let's try if we can make some edge on this difficult situation. Okay, and this is the most difficult one, I think, because we have parallel road. So let's add edge and let's see with Gizmo what we can do with that. Okay, so we have something like this. We have something like this. Okay, it's very difficult. So let's find if ICP can manage. It's working somehow, so let's make a zoom in. It's quite okay. But you have to optimize plenty of times with ICP to be sure, and we try to inspect. Okay, so if you zoom out, look what will happen. So if you optimize this one, suddenly this error far away is much smaller. So now you can try to investigate if you can optimize, and you can. It's very easy now. So you just add edge, you use Gizmo. So you can see the strategy is not straightforward that always we use the same, let's say, set of behaviors or set of strategies. I used to make it based on my previous experience. I am trying to optimize or minimize edge that it is on intersection. So mostly find all intersections and then case closed. But Every time I am adding edge, I am using this computing Postgres-LAN. It means that sometimes it is much easier to find small loops, so the system will be not affected with that. Okay, this is a small example about the strategy. I hope this movie helps. What I was trying to show in this movie is that look at it in the perspective of AI, that it is quite difficult to find a strategy, a proper strategy for learning such technique. We will see what we will do. Thank you for listening, and please comment this movie if you need further analysis or I don't know advices. Please just let me know. I will try to respond you immediately. Thank you.